What's up, you guys? It's Simone, aka Money Mo here, and we're back. Triple M's. Bum, 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 bum. You guys, we are back. We missed you guys. We may have been a little MIA, but we're back in front of this camera, okay?
Shout
And
out
if you
my casuals. Shout out my casuals.
come on, don't start this. No, no, absolutely not. I'm not shouting out no casuals. Y'all know how I feel. But anyway, let's get into these clubhouse rules. If you're new here, okay? We're not going to have no Dodgers slander, no Lakers slander, no Rams slander. Shout out to my Rams for getting Matt Stafford, by the way, off record. And we're not going to tolerate the hate in women's sports, okay? That's not tolerated here. I don't care what's going on, all right? But before we get started in this show, let's get some shout outs, all right? I want to shout out Unrivaled, okay? From the social media team to the sponsorship to the players to the coaches. But most importantly, let me tell you guys something. Unrivaled, give the social media teams a raise. All of those teams, all eight of those teams need a raise. The social media teams, the memes are on the point. I follow all the teams. I be on there cracking up. Y'all out there, y'all really getting that work in. Shout out to the social media teams for Unrivaled. Hey, 50 gold stars over here. All right. Also, I want to give a shout out to the University of Iowa, Notre Dame, and LSU. And I want to give a shout out to them because they're having a little bit of homecomings. And I kind of want to talk about that briefly right now. Like Iowa will be hosting the Indiana Fever, okay, as they play Brazil's national team. All right. Notre Dame will be hosting the Dallas Wings versus the Las Vegas Aces, okay? And LSU will be hosting the Chicago Sky, where they will be playing the Brazil national team as well. Like that's huge. That's big time. Shout out to those schools having homecomings. And since we're on homecomings, right? There's two schools that I want to see do this, right? I want to see Tennessee do this. I want to see Baylor. And then my sleeper school, right? UW. Those are three schools I want to see do that. All right. I hope y'all hear me and I hope y'all make that happen. But all right. This week has been crazy. My phone has been going off the roof. Wait, go back. I have one more shout out. Y'all know I don't really like a lot of these podcasts with these retired athletes, but I gotta give a shout out to KG, Kevin Garnett. He always speak highly of women hoops. He's a great player himself. I like how he acknowledged that Unrivaled had that one-on-one queen of the court type of vibes. Shout out to him because every time he talks about women's hoops, it's nothing but good energy, good vibes, and a good advocate. KG, you should invest in a team soon. Just that's what I'm saying.
Shout out to KG and shout out to Lloyd.
To who?
Lloyd, Paul Pierce.
Oh, okay,
That's his boy on there. Always together.
they are. They are. This is true. But yeah, shout them out. Okay, they doing it big. But look, Flicks, my
Wait, hold on.
phone.
Do we have time for any casual madness?
No,
All right, I was just wondering. I'll come back later.
no,
Okay, go
absolutely
ahead.
not.
But your
Absolutely
phone
not.
got blown up.
Yes, my phone was blown up off the roof because Diana Taurasi retired. She retired. You guys, White Mamba out.
Mm.
She's done. But I don't know if you remember in the chat. Remember, I was saying all last season, I had a feeling that this was coming.
There was definitely an inkling, but this timing has to be a little odd, though, right? So late
Um,
after the season.
I think, I think it was. I feel like it was right. It was done this way, just because with an athlete like that, that's super competitive, that competes, and that is just great. Um, you got to give them time to process this, right? Because for 20 years, this is all Diana knew was going to work, or even being overseas playing and then getting her body ready to come back and play here in the summer, So it's a lot to process. And this was probably something that she had to discuss with her family. And I like how that this past season they named the court after her and did not wait for her to retire. Like they gave her flowers when when she was ready to, when she was deserving of them. Instead of waiting until it's too late. But I just want to give a little of the accolades because I feel like if I list every single accolade, low key, we would be here for 45 minutes. But she was a part of a historic UConn run. Out the 3 of her 4 years there, she had three three undefeated seasons, three-time NCAA champion, three-time WNBA champion, 11-time WNBA All-Star, the number one scorer in the W, and 6 gold medals with Team USA. Are you kidding me? And then let's not forget she's the number one scorer in the W. Speechless.
Wait, she
The
the
number
leading
one scorer
scorer?
in the W. The
She's
leading scorer. Diana Taurasi
I
at
know
number
that.
one, Tina Charles at number two.
Never knew that. Is there anybody
Come on now.
thinking Asia Chaser? Like, what is this? How much higher? I gotta take these numbers. I'll check numbers.
No, Diana Taurasi, nobody catching her. Let me tell you something though. I remember I said this in the chat. Y'all missed it. You know who I think will catch Diana Taurasi? Asia Wilson. The fact that she was able to score 1,000 points in a season, I believe Asia Wilson will be capable of being in that top three for scoring by the time she hangs them basketball shoes up, for sure. Especially if she stays healthy. And Caitlin Clark, I think Caitlin Clark could be top five, but I think Asia Wilson is the more likely the one to surpass Diana Taurasi. If I was the pick, I'm just saying. I'm just gonna leave that right there. But I want to kind of talk a little bit about the White Mamba, just because where where I'm at 30 years old, right? When I first started getting into basketball, I was like 6 years old. So like the only male basketball I knew was the Lakers when they were on that run, that three-peat type of run. But I was watching college basketball. Like I was going to those USC women's basketball games. You know, I was going to Sparks games. I've seen the end of an era with Lisa Leslie, Tina Thompson, um, Kara Lawson, Shamika Holsclaw, like all these great Tamika Catchings, all these great players, and I've also seen when Diana Taurasi came into the league, and even when she was at UConn, like everybody was tuned in, like. But just to see her come in the league, and she was kind of like their rookie, and being that rookie to be on that 2004 Olympic team, and she wasn't just there on the pine; she was in that rotation too. Amazing to see. And then you just see how she kind of played in between two eras, and then 4 years later you get Candace Parker, and in Diana Taurasi's kind of class, like that class when she got there to like before Candace Parker, you had like Cappy Pondexter, Candace Dupree, Sophie Young. You had a lot of great W players that kind of was leading the way for the Candace Parker to come in to make this, give the W a different look. Because before, it was like the guards were guards and the bigs were bigs, and Diana Taurasi was the most elite guard. And then when Lisa Leslie retired, the most dominant big, in my opinion, was Lauren Jackson of the Seattle Storm. So like Diana Taurasi was kind of like that last in that era where it was like position basketball, if that makes sense. And then when Candace Parker came in, and it's kind of like there's no such thing as quote unquote position basketball, it became positionless, and the game kind of changed when Candace Parker came, because Candace Parker was 6'4", but playing like a Diana Taurasi. So just to see Diana Taurasi grow as a player and develop as a player, and her game remain the same and polish through different eras of the W, it was just amazing. And it was kind of like the fact when she retired, it's kind of like, wow, like that was like your favorite player's favorite player that just hung it up. And it's like all those millennials that are grown now, like this is what we grew up watching. Like when we would go and check out the Sparks, but we was for sure at the games where they played Phoenix because you wanted to see her in person because she was gonna give you a show every time. And all the stuff that she just put in, all that work, she's eligible for the 2027 Hall of Fame class. And I'm gonna just tell you right now that she's for sure a first ballot Hall of Famer. No debate. She's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I wouldn't be surprised that this upcoming season, if the University of Connecticut retires her number. Because honestly, I don't think anyone should be wearing the number 3 at the University of Connecticut if they haven't already retired. Because I don't. Do you have any record or idea if they retired her number, Flicks?
We can check. I don't think so.
Yeah, like her number needs to be retired the upcoming season. It needs to be retired because what I I don't think I feel like I don't think the UConn girls be retiring their numbers. I don't know. That's just me. But her number needs to be retired, and the Phoenix Mercury are for sure going to retire her number. All all I'm trying to figure out is when they're going to do that. Are they going to do that the following season, or you think they're going to wait till 2027 when she's inducted in the Hall of Fame? What are you thinking? Because if you was a GM, because I need GM flicks right now. That's who I'm asking the question to. I don't need casual flicks right now.
Well, I was checking out this whole getting her jersey retired. So Rebecca Lobo was inducted into the Huskies of Honor. I guess that's just kind of like their
Yeah.
uh, retirees. So like Rip Hamilton, Kimball Walker, there's a lot of other people in there. Gino's in there too.
Oh, for sure. He's the winningest coach in all of college basketball. 1000%.
I'm sure she'll be inducted into that Huskies of Honor. But
Yeah.
your question was mainly will she be retired?
Did UConn retire her jersey?
Oh, not yet, not yet. Not from what I've seen. I feel like they already should have though.
That's
Right?
what I'm saying. But I feel like they'll do it. I feel like now that it's kind of like confirmed. I Here's what I would do. If I was the University of Connecticut, I would have it retired the year she gets inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and that will be 2027 because she is going to be a first ballot. There's not going to be not one person that's like, nah, no, not maybe next year. No, I feel like she's going to get inducted 1000%. So when she's on her run of getting her flowers, the University of Connecticut need to make some things shake and bake, get that number 3 retired because no one else should be wearing that number at that school anyway. That's what I'm thinking. And then Phoenix too. I wouldn't mind going to Phoenix to see her get her number retired there in the Valley. We
Yeah,
might have to go. We might have to have a Triple M episode there. Let's put that in the air.
it would be fun. I mean, yeah, like you're saying, I think a lot of these teams shouldn't wait. I think this is like instant game one of the season. Let's just go ahead and get this over with.
Yeah, but I think they should do it when she's on her, you know, her little press run. Like, I think 2027 would make be perfect because that's the year you get inducted. Like you get them flowers one last time because I feel like she's been getting a lot of love these past couple days just from Nike basketball players she's played with against. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot right now. It's overwhelming, and I think it's best that she just sit and enjoy this moment because she deserves it. One hell of a career. Here at Triple M's, Dana Taurasi, you got all our love and respect and all the flowers from us. All right. But that's enough of that. I could talk about DT all day. Let's get into Unrivaled.
We're talking about my squad. Oh, we never formally pick squads. So who's your favorite team in Unrivaled, Simone?
Who do you?
No way. You're just
Who do
such a front runner.
you?
What is this?
Who do you? I like three teams. It's hard for me. It was hard for me to pick one. I like all the teams. Okay, don't
All
come for
right.
me. Please don't come for me. But a team that I like to watch play is the Lunar Owls for sure. Just because they're vet heavy and these vets are playing. They're at the peak. They're like peak vets. They're not vets that's kind of like okay, they about to hang up the shoes. No, they're like all at their peaks.
But yeah, it's a good team. I mean, really, we got Skylar leading. Skylar leading your team like this. She hasn't played like this in years. I'm,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
I'm
whoa.
keeping it buck.
Mm-mm,
This is
mm-mm.
old Skylar. This is second year
Don't
in
do
the league.
that. Don't do that. Let me tell you something. Skylar had to take a year off. She just had a baby.
It's true.
When she was pregnant, when she was pregnant with her son, and this is when she was still with Dallas Wings, right? She was pregnant, dropping double doubles, damn near triple doubles. I just want to get that clear. Okay?
But there was a fall off though. Pregnancy, that yes, for
That's
sure.
not a
Maybe I
fall
do
off.
with
That's
it.
she took a break. She
Mm,
took a break.
can we do if LeBron takes a break for a year?
This is men and women.
All
Men
right,
men ain't
so
pushing out babies.
no, that's very true. And she's definitely a different person after giving birth to a child. Dumb respect for that. But we're seeing flashes of old Skylar right now. I'm sorry. This. I didn't think she would get back to this form. This right here, it's like Unrivaled is loading her up for the season. And with this translate into the W, this
I
looking
think
like
it
MVP.
translated. I think it translated last season with Seattle. You got to think who she was over there with in Seattle, right? And in that first season with Seattle, she bumped up in the all time assists for the W. She passed Sue Bird, so she got it. I just feel like it's just been a lot of traction and motion all around the W to where like people would kind of like forgot about some folks. And I think they forgot about Skylar, and Skylar gonna let Skylar felt that, and that's why she's hooping the way she is in Unrivaled. And then it's kind of like she prepares the right way too. Like look at how she looks. Like you could tell she just lives. She eats right. Like she takes care of her body. She's like the Ray Lewis of the W, just on how she prepares herself and how she just takes care of her body. And is at top notch performance every time we see her in a uniform, you know?
Yeah, right now we put us on her stats on there. So she got 25 points in her last album, 22 points, 13, 18, 14, 16.
Stop playing with her.
All that with at least 5 assists a game. So, like I'm saying, if this translates to this season of W, this is MVP form right here.
I agree.
This is MVP form.
I agree 1000%. And we for sure gotta have a W preview because I feel like I need to do like a free agency episode because the way Seattle moving right now, remember they're on my list. They get an A and 50 gold stars. They're like one of the top three teams right now in the W making some of the best moves. Shout out to the front office, right? But you can't forget you got Nafisha Collier over with the Lunar Owls as well. That's been very aggressive and very dominant. You also have Alicia Gray, who has 3-on-3 experience, who's comfortable with like a floor spaced out like that. You got a dog in Courtney Williams. You have Shakira Austin, whose game I really like and who I'm expecting to really thrive this upcoming season in the W. I felt like last season she was battling a little bit of injury, so we weren't really seeing her as much. So the Lunar Owls look good to me. They're my favorite to win it all. Let's mark it here. They're my favorite to win it all.
Boo.
I don't care.
We are the casuals. We are fans of the vinyl.
Okay, slow down. Wait 1 second. Let me go in order. Okay? On my notes. I want to talk about the Laces because I like the Laces basketball club too. They're super vet heavy. You got Alyssa Thomas, Caleb McBride, Jackie Young, You had Kate Martin.
Yeah.
You got Big Mama Steph. Okay, I like that club, but the injuries changed the trajectory of this team, right? Because they were in second place. Now they're 5-6. They lost to Vinyl. They lost to Vinyl today. So they got their big dogs back in Alyssa Thomas, who brings a different type of presence. You got Tip Hayes as well. Let's see how they finish out these next couple weeks so they could be in the top three of the playoffs. Because right now, let me tell you a team that's getting it together when at that first week it looked a little shaky for them. Rose Basketball Club. And before we talk about Rose Basketball Club, Flicks, I got a shout out. Shout out to Lisa Leslie for getting in that gym with Angel Reese. Give me a bomb. Give me a bomb.
Yo, she's making layups now, man.
Give me a bomb. But no, let me tell you something. We had this talk in the chat. But let's go back to Triple M season 2, right? I said Angel Reese needs to work on two things. What did I say?
Break it down.
Shooting and defense. Lisa Leslie took care of that shooting. And I don't think people understand. Angel Reese used to play like a guard. She was a guard before she was a post player, right? Let's get that totally out the way. And when you're a guard, your ball placement is different. You're not worried about, oh shoot, I gotta keep the ball up. When you a guard, the lower we are, the better, right? So that's how she played. Like if you notice how she shoots her layups, it's very low. Like she my height, like she 5'6". No, Lisa Leslie got in that gym with her and told her how she had to hold that ball. In these past couple of games, Flicks hooping. Oh my God, hooping.
I mean, I forgot she was left-handed. Not gonna lie. That's how less she's shot the ball like this past year. But now, her shots look way more fluent. We looking at even the layups look more confident now. She's going up with a lot of confidence.
Lots of confidence, and just that difference of her holding the ball that much higher, her field goal percentage is going to increase. Her percentage of getting an and one is going to increase, right? In my opinion, she still needs to work on the defense. I think the only thing about her defense right now that's making her stellar is the confidence. Because it's like, she from Baltimore. She gonna have that open gym vibe on defense. She gonna pick them pockets, which is cool. But at the same time, I'm gonna need to see you hedge hard on those screens and get back to your man and block the shot. Like I need to see more defensive schemes, and I feel like that's gonna pick up in Unrivaled, and that's gonna transfer into her second season with Chicago. Shout out to that team. And then point guard doing point guard things, hooping. Shout out to the Rose Basketball Club because I feel like they're going to make a playoff push. Like they gave the Lunar Owls their first L of the season. And if the Lunar Owls aren't on their A game the next time they see them, I think the Rose is confident and they feel like they could beat that team. And you know what? I want to get into another team. Okay. But I want to talk about these two together. Hear me out, Flicks. The Phantom Basketball Club and Vinyl are better than their records show. They are better than their records show. But I want to
Agree.
kind of dig into Vinyl, okay? Vinyl is a special team to me because Jordan Canada's on there, the home team. Like, come on, shout out to Jordan Canada. And then she was hooping today too. Shout out to Jordan Canada. Like, this is one player here where her defense turns into offense. Her play is very contagious. When she's playing good and she's feeling good, it rubs off on her teammates. And you got two buckets in Arika Gumawale and Ryan Howard. But it's one player on that team that is going to have a breakout season this upcoming summer for the W. Ray Burrell. Ray Burrell is going to have a breakout season. Like I remember her days at Tennessee. When I was watching her when she was at Tennessee, playing like a pro already, and they had a couple of people in that squad that were like pro ready, and she was one of those players. I just think this season she has to go in the camp in LA, ready to go, and just bring that confidence that she has in Unrivaled, bring it to LA. Like I expect her to have a big season. I expect her to have a big season for the Sparks. Like she needs to be a part of that big three when it comes to scoring. It needs to be De'Erica Hamby, Ray Burrell, and either Plum or Rakia Jackson. It has to be the scoring has to come from that for the LA team to make some shake in the W. But shout out to Ray Burrell because she is hooping in Unrivaled. I love to see it. And Mama D, De'Erica Hamby, just playing great, man. Shout out to them. But the one team that I'm surprised about that's at the bottom is the Phantom. I'm surprised they're at the bottom because before coming into the season, this is why I don't pay attention to rankings before like they even shoot the ball in the basket. They had them ranked number one. Did you know that, Flicks? They had
Yeah,
they had Phantom at one, and they had the Lunar Owls at they had them at eight.
yeah. I mean, just even having that high ranking, like just look at the team, like full of slow players, man. Jeez,
Oh, whoa.
that team is slow.
Satu Sabali, Sabrina Ionescu,
Some of these people are quick off the
Tasha
dribble,
Cloud.
quick off the Tasha Cloud's fast in general.
That's what I'm
Quick off the
saying.
dribble, but like Brittany
Satu
Griner,
quick off the
maybe.
dribble.
So too, yeah. But like speed wise, like you get up the court up and down this 3 versus 3 concept. Too many big players. Too many.
Right, but with that type of team where you got size and shooters, you could easily do like a secondary, like get an outlet, shooter spot up. You got T Cloud pushing, and if they don't stop her, she's going to the cup. You got size with BG. So it's just them having to figure it out and the wins to win games. But they're in that bottom spot with
They
the
look
mist.
they look really bad tonight. Tonight kind of I feel like I was like, wow, it just like things are
Yeah.
getting exposed now. It's getting worse.
I think it's a faster paced game, and like you were saying, like you got to have that speed component, and it's kind of hard to have that speed component when you have players that are like not labeled as quick. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the change of pace could only get you so far in a 5-on-5 setting. And this is coming from me when I play. I wasn't the fastest. I relied on change of pace. So like I get it. Like I could see why it's kind of hard for Phantom to get W's because of that. They don't have enough of that quickness. The only one that's really quick on that team is Cloud. And it's a two here and there because she's versatile, but it has to be more than that. And here's another team that I think is a sleeper, but they're at the bottom. The Miss Basketball Club. Breonna Stewart, Jewel Lloyd, Vandersloot, Rakia Jackson, Dejanay. Like, this is a pretty good squad too. I'm just surprised they're at the bottom. Um, and I'm surprised that Jewel Lloyd is running point.
Yeah.
I don't like her at the point position because even though it's a challenge for her to kind of like facilitate, but I like her better off the ball. Like they need to start Slew. I would go Slew, Rakia Jackson, Breonna Stewart.
This was and then Phil Handy is the head coach. Didn't even know that.
Oh yeah,
Very
I
much.
like Phil.
Phil Handy definitely dope being the head coach of this team. But I thought going into the season, this is gonna be one of the best teams. You got Jewel Lloyd, you got Stewie on the
I
same
thought
team,
so too.
and then you get Dejanay Carrington out there. So you think 3 people, you got something with these 3 people. But
Hmm.
I really don't know. It kind of Jewel Lloyd has kind of been a wobbler. I'm really not sure what's up with her.
But she's at the point, so you see why she's a wobbler. Like we're used to seeing her off the ball, working off the ball. Like she's running the point, and it's kind of like she's not running the point to score. It seemed like she's running the point, getting them established in a set. Like she need to have some type of coming off some more DHO action. I'm sorry, dribble handoff action, more pistol sets, or her passing and then coming off a flare screen. Get her going more and get her going early. But at the same time, it's kind of a tricky spot because you got to check your ego at the door. You got Stewie. Stewie got to get hers. So Stewie is technically the first scoring option if you think about it.
Yeah, I think Joy Lloyd just isn't a point guard. Like she's really off guard. Like even in the
For
Olympics,
sure.
I saw this. Like, and she kind of has trouble when she's off the ball. So right, she's kind of becoming a wobbler. I'm not gonna lie, because like the first game of Unrivaled, she drops 30 points. The rest of these games, she's kind of averaging like around 12, 15 points. But it's like
Hmm.
to win games, the style that she plays, she has to just get it up and score a bunch of points.
Right, has to at least get 12 shots. At
Right.
least. And but Brianna Stewart is getting shots.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like how do you work multiple options in a 3-on-3 setting? Because technically in a 3-on-3 setting, just because of the time on the shot clock and the crispness of running a set, you will have like one primary scoring option. And then if that scoring option isn't there, I will just go off of read and react. I'm not even looking at option two, option three. If option one out there, cool, read and react, getting some type of screen setting or some type of driving kick. But I'm excited to see where the playoffs go. We for sure gotta hop on live and talk about that flicks before playoffs start.
Right. Right. Right.
But dang man, what an episode! What an episode! It's just been a crazy week. Like you guys, I don't think y'all understand. Your favorite player really just hung the shoes up.
It's a lot.
And then it's a lot of little sneaky free agency stuff. It's just too much. My phone been ringing off the roof. You guys, you guys been doing a lot. You guys been showing out. Okay, but give me some time. We're gonna go on live soon to talk about unrivaled playoffs, and I might give y'all a little W free agency talk. I'm gonna need the GM Flicks hat on. All right, but if you're new, before you leave, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, do all that to the channel. We need that, and put that bell on so you know when we on. All right. Thanks for checking in with us. We're out.